Remember our last trading setup? Just look at what it did. I told you guys, GU is a very, very stubborn pair. Look what it did. GU even had to remember I told you I took my profit. I took my profit from this point here, where it hit our which was a very good 80 pips move, and I was happy with it. But look at what GU came down did. During came down to my entry again. Now my entry point now was taken as an internal range liquidity, but it didn't hit my stop loss. Then went up again, came close to my TP, which was the point where we are waiting for GU to hit entry point. So it means that now it is using this OB here to want to make its movement. We are going to analyze this, what is happening here, because market always tells the story. There is a reason why this market will not come to this point to go down. I want to use this point, this order flow that is happening right here, to go down. There is a reason, and we are going to be looking at the reason. But first and foremost, let's look at where the market is coming from and where the market is going. We are going to the higher time frame. And which time frame should we be looking at? We should be looking at the weekly time frame. Okay, we'll go look at the weekly time frame. Okay, look at the weekly time frame. Sorry that my chart is very, very scattered. Well, I like to journal my treats on my PC. Okay, due to the kind of person I am. Okay. Okay, this is what we are. Very complicated pair, but once you are patient with GBPUSD, you make a lot of money. You just need to pay attention to the story. Always pay attention to the storyline. Now, this is our weekly time frame. Remember I told you we had a range in our last video. We had a range that we are working with, and inside the range, remember, we buy from our discount and we sell from our premium. Now look at where this indecisive candle last week, where did it happen? You know, I was predicting the market to come into this imbalance here, and that was recited on the daily time frame. It is all prediction, but I always tell you guys that we are working with a prediction that is going to give us 80%. I am not telling you 100. If I'm telling you 100, that will mean that I am predicting I'm 100% sure of what the market, where the market is going, and I am not the market, because there are millions, will I say even millions, billions of people trading. As you are trading, there are billions of people making trade entries, trade exits at the same time, going out of the market, coming in and out of the market. We have the market makers doing their thing. Okay, following fundamentals. Okay, what is happening in the market? Currently, the US just call off its strike. That is call off, the government going into work after how many weeks of staying off office. So many impacts. We have war happening. We have a war which is about to trigger in Venezuela. We also have the Iraq presidential election. We have a lot of things going in the market, and those influences can actually affect the market. Are you guys getting me? It can always affect the market. Market can say, okay, just imagine, now market didn't come down to this imbalance. Doesn't mean that we will now start shouting at the market, okay, why didn't the market come to our imbalance? We are expecting market to go there. you can always listen to the charts. The chart always tells a story. Even look at it now. It has passed our equilibrium. This is our equilibrium. It is already at our premium level. Now the premium level is already showing an indecisive candle. And what is this indecisive candle? This is a hanging man, which is a bearish candle, a change in direction candle. Okay. Yes. Okay. And also again, there is another confluence again on the. I still pointed this last week on our last video. Look at this point. You have this point. You will see. You will notice that this is an imbalance. Also on the weekly time frame. A very big imbalance on the weekly time frame. Weekly imbalance. Okay? So we don't get ourselves twisted. You get it? I will not even, the market can decide to, okay, by tomorrow or next, come there with speed, enter into this imbalance and still come down and do his thing. As for to me, the structure I'm seeing here signifies that this market is looking bearish, and it can still also signify that this market is an indecisive candle. Okay, I don't know if I'll call it a shooting star, but it looks like a hanging man or inverted hammer. I don't know, but then we have a long wick here. It can still look like an indecisive candle, and markets want to come in, but we'll look at it. We'll look at the story in the lower time frame and see if it is aligning like the way we did on gold. If it's going to be aligning with our bearish movement, or are we still on the bullish movement to go and take TP on our ongoing trade. I told you, market can decide to be making a move and last a week, even months, before making a complete move. Okay, that's just how the market is. All right, so let's jump right in and see what happens. What's happening? Let's go to the daily time frame. What are we seeing on the daily time frame? On the weekly time frame, we have seen that. On the weekly time frame, we have seen that we have an imbalance on the weekly time frame. What's going on? Okay, this is the daily time frame. Wow. Okay. This is what our daily time frame is printing. Okay. Instead of us having this move into this imbalance, let everything be okay. Let's know that yes, it's time to move to the downside. But I guess maybe the influence of the news, that's the market opening on Thursday last week, because that's when they decided that they were going to open the US market last week Thursday. Okay, so what are we seeing? This is what we are seeing. We are seeing some crazy indecisive candles being created. Although this day, let's see what today is going to hold. Are we going to break this guy? Or break this guy? But I'm going to analyze this order flow in a moment. Now remember how we came here, went up, came into this touched the equilibrium of our range, came down into this imbalance on the daily time frame, and then head up again, but we didn't hit our daily imbalance again at our premium level. Okay, but then we now had market making these 3 bearish candles right here. Okay, whichever, or bearish indecisive candles. But let's see what is happening on the lower time frame. As for now, we cannot tell which confluences are we using to determine if the market is going to the upside or the market is going to the downside. All right, so let's go down to our 4-hour time frame so that we can see the story more clearly. Okay, even last week again, I already set a sell limit at this imbalance, that the market is going to sell from this imbalance right here. But then this is what we have been having. Okay, so this is it. So I will say let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's see if we can see the story that is there clearly. Okay, now what do we have? After market coming in to take, I even made a trade. Okay, I made a trade here, made an entry to target this spot, and it took it up, but it didn't hit TP. That was a trade. Look at this internal range liquidity, came into this OB on the lower time frame, I think on the 30 minutes time frame, then made a sell, but it didn't hit it, but then it went up. Okay, that was a very, very nice trade. They come here, you could have broken even, but then what do we have? We now had market go up to now break structure to the upside, signifying that the market wants to change in direction. As it broke this in, we had this point. Now I'm trying to tell you the story of what is happening. Okay, this becomes a protected low. Okay, so this becomes a protected low. Now I'm trying to tell you what is happening around here. What is happening around here? This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to explain now. We want to know if the market is going to go up or the market is going to go down. Okay, so let's continue. I think I need to go down to the lower time frame to see the story very well. Okay, let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, this is the 30 minutes time frame. Okay. Let's make our arrow. Okay. Come down here because I'll be using okay. What's the story is telling? Okay, so as you see, I'll say here, market cannot come here because this broke structure to the upside, so this becomes a protected low. Okay, what are we seeing? Market then did this, went up, went high. Let's use it so that you see what I'm talking about. Let's use this. From this point, created a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, then came down, created a higher high, but didn't break internal range liquidity, then came down, break internal range liquidity, okay, which I'm going to put down here. Then instead of it came down again, did this, but it didn't break to the upside again, went down, consolidated. Now this is what we call consolidation. Now came down, broke this guy, and came down again. Okay, this is what the market did. Let me put 2, change the color to green. Okay, this is what the market did. Sorry, go back. This is what the market did. Okay, this is what the market did. While we had our internal range liquidities, resting below this point. That's not straight. Let's make it straight. Very straight. Straight line. Okay. Internal range liquidity. Create another internal range liquidity. We have another internal range liquidity here. Yeah, internal range liquidity here. Okay. So after breaking this spot, we now went up. Took out this internal range liquidity on the higher time frame. So basically, looking at the market, you will just notice that the market is just consolidating. But then, despite being consolidating, we are having a protected high and a protected low. This high, this high didn't take out this high, therefore it is not a break of structure. This doesn't make this a protected low anymore. It becomes an internal range liquidity that can be taken out in the future. Take note of this explanation I'm saying. Now, it took out internal range liquidity on our left, but then did price break this high? No, price didn't break this high. Instead, it broke the high and I was consolidating. That doesn't make this guy a protected low. Our last protected low is still this guy that broke this structure right here. Okay, take note of this. I told you there is always a story. You pay attention to it, and that's why you need to be patient to wait for the market. Now, I have a protected high, protected low, and I have another protected high. And where is this protected high? Because this high, this high took out internal range liquidity, but there is a problem. This internal range liquidity that was taken out, the high that took out internal range, did not now break this low anymore. To tell you that it is a full-time consolidation. So what are we looking at right here? Now I need price. Now I have this high. Now I'm trading inside this range. Now I have a range which I'm trading inside. Let me first identify the range. That is from this guy up here, this guy up here, to this guy down here, to this protected low, which we have our buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. Okay, let's make this a dotted line so you guys understand well. So we have this buy side liquidity. Now I have this low. Let's delete this guy. Once you guys have gotten it, I have this high here, this low here, and this high here. So I'm not going to do anything now. If price takes out this guy, okay, let me use this point instead, so you guys can see the line purple. Okay, look at these 2 points. There are 2. If I want to trade this range right now, if I want to enter this market, if I want to make a futuristic prediction on this market now, I will buy this market. If this market go beyond this first line that I've first clearly stated, this high here, that his price is coming here, definitely, and it's going to trigger our entry. But if price comes here first, I can enter a buy if I want to trade in this week. If price decide to come here first before going to this point, I can decide to take a buy from here. Put my stop loss now below this protected low, because anything that makes market come below this protected low, it is going to become a complete sell. Are you guys getting me? Meaning that our imbalance on our higher time frame, that is on our daily time frame, is still valid. I can still take a buy from this point. That's how you work with this confluence. It's very simple. You see, this is just 92 pips. It's still a big entry. It's still a very, very big entry if I want to enter. But that's not what I'm cooking. This is what I'm cooking here. I just need price. And if you notice, look at all the whole lows that I'll be creating. The lows have not been going below the previous lows. Are you seeing? This is another confluence. Is telling you something that price cannot break these guys. For price to break these guys, price need to break these lows, and they are all liquidity resting here, except there is no money resting on these guys that is going to take price to this point for price to now go on a big time sell. Are you guys feeling me? Are you guys getting me? So this is my prediction for the market. If price comes to this point, to this purple line right here, this low right here, I'm picking a buy from here, putting my stop loss below this protected low. But if price gets to this point, there is no need. I'm not going to enter buy from here, but instead I'll wait for price to hit this, my entry from here. Are you guys feeling me? That is what I'm going to be waiting for. So now I have my buyers. All I just need to do is wait patiently. Let price come to me. Then I make an entry. I hope you guys are understanding. If you have any question, this is on GU. If you have any question, please write it in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your replies. Okay. Don't worry, I know the video is long. I'm going to be splitting them into parts. In fact, I'm going to be creating a playlist. Because this people there is so much to read there. So this is how I do my back testing. Okay, real life examples, real life situation, what really happened. It's not the one like I don't so much believe so much on those back testing, because you know why? I have my reasons. It might be working for anybody. Everything is all about how you develop your psychology. I don't know if you get me. Now, when you backtest using the replay, this tool right here is called a replay. Sometimes when you do your replay, there are specific fundamental influence that had gone on that day that will not be clearly stated, and you cannot know. It might be Donald Trump's speech, which might be negative or positive, that made an impact in the market. It might be a war that was triggered that decide to make the market go ziggy-zagger. He decided to make the market go AWOL. He decided to disrespect trend. Okay, instead of following trend. Okay, so there are so many things, and that's why also I always believe in really like instead of me now, instead I will just go and do my weekly recap, go back, what had happened in the market, why did the market do like this, why did the market do like this, and why did the market do like this. Then I can now know, okay, these are the reasons. Take note of these things, jot them down, and then work on my clairvoyance, work on my futuristic patterns, how I'm going to take the next trade. Okay, and remember your risk management is always there to help you out. Okay, so that's it for GU. So this is what we are seeing on the GU. Now let's go down to our USDJPY to end this video.